What Men Want is now in theaters, everyone, and I had to hesitate because I actually got to see an early screening of this film. What Men Want stars Taraji P. Henson, and that's really all you need to know because this is a film that's a remake of What Women Want with Mel Gibson. Unfortunately, I haven't seen that film, so I can't comment on the original. But with this remake, this stars Taraji P. Henson in the lead role where she all of a sudden conjures up these abilities through a soothsayer where she is able to hear the thoughts of men and use this to her ability. Now, I'll be honest, I was skeptical going into this film because, let's face it, R-rated comedies can be hit or miss. You know, for every girls trip that you then have a stinker where it's like, like Rough Night. Now, that being said, I will state this. Taraji P. Henson has redeemed herself. Why do you say redeemed? Because Taraji P. Henson, I thought she was hard to watch in Tyler Perry's Acrimony. I did not like that movie, and I thought Taraji P. Henson's skills weren't utilized correctly in that film. However, she is more than up to the task in this film. She is very funny, clever with her quips, and she has a personality, which was very refreshing because in Acrimony, she didn't. The supporting characters are also really good. She has a gay coworker who is her assistant, and he is very funny as well. The humor does hit. It's more hit than miss in this type of scenario. And I also did think that the hijinks that ensued in the middle part, especially, like that second act, was very strong. When the humor was in full force, I laughed. I did think also some of the drama worked in the middle half. Now, that being said, as much as I enjoyed the cast, as much as I enjoyed the humor and the second act, I do have to say this. This film does follow, and I'm going to put this down, the whole problem with comedies. You ready for this? I said this in my Girls Trip review, and that's where it came to play. You know, it was where I was like, you know what? Boom. This is the problem with comedies. Comedies follow a formula where it's comedy for the first act, comedy in the second act, and then drama in the third act. Instead of comedy, drama, you know, consistency. This film does have some dramatic beats in the middle act. That being said, it's not until the final act where it full on turns into a drama, and all of a sudden the characters' traits just don't make any sense. Like, you have this main character where she is able to listen to men's thoughts, and literally in the final act, when the script calls for it, I might add, all of a sudden she's not able to use those abilities, or doesn't show that she has those abilities, just to kind of show the plot, just mechanics working to the advantage of the main character, or I should say disadvantage in these scenarios. So it's stuff like that where the script just kind of grinds to a halt in the final act and follows all these cliches. Like, I really do hate how this film falls flat towards the end. It falls into the same tropes that second act with Jennifer Lopez fell into, a PG-13 comedy. And I just don't like it when I see a film that had so much potential fall flat towards the end. Yes, some of the messages were neat, and yes, the film does have some hearty laughs in the middle part. But that being said, when you're not able to finish a lap and you just kind of do some of it, it's just kind of like, oh, wow, you know, that stinks. It could have been a great comedy. Instead, it's just a solid run-of-the-mill type film. Sure, it's run-of-the-mill, but you do have a solid time. And I do think that this is the type of film that will hit home with audiences. It definitely is that type of film, and I appreciate it for that. I can see why people are going to like it. So What Men Want, for me personally, I'll be giving it a 3.5 out of 5-star rating, or for those like a hot sauce rating, good old Texas Pete hot sauce rating. Again, it's a solid movie, and I'm going to say this again. I think the laughs, if you are in a raunchy humor, it does hit home. The supporting characters are game, as well as the main actress. And that second act, again, the first act is decent. It is solid. But when you get to that second act, you're in for a heck of a ride because the laughs are whooping. But again, that final act, I just thought it fell into a lot of the tropes that with comedies I just want to miss. So that being said, guys, I almost said what women want, what men want. What did you guys think of it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.